Good day, everyone. Ali Safi here, Safi Financial Network. June 2nd, 2025. First day of June started green as we expected. Market just finished the month of May positive. So this is kind of like the bullish pattern that we are looking for. If you haven't watched my previous video, which is going to be a weekly and monthly analysis for the S&P 500 and the major indexes, make sure watch that one. I'm going to put a link up there. So make sure watch that video because that's very, very informative. S&P 500 closed nicely, 36 points to the upside, 59.40 close for today. And here is the nice bullish consolidation here. I'm just looking for taking out this pivot and attacking to this double top here or even brand new all-time high. So my target for the end of this rally, I would say that that's going to be potentially multi-year or multi-decade rally is going to be 7,000 or even higher. But I'm just sticking to the 7,000, 6,800 to 7,400. That's going to be the areas that I'm looking at. But the 7,000 is going to be period. It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It's going to be by end of this year. Anytime I don't stick to the time, basically, I'm just looking at the price action and also the time frame that coming along with this analysis. All right, market just going up. As I said, S&P 500 looking for more upside as we got a nice candle on Nasdaq as well. Here's the Nasdaq daily chart. You see that the bullish consolidation is forming a nice trigger to the upside. Potentially, we're gonna tackle soon to this new all-time high or even higher than that. So 22,000, 23,000 is going to be just around the corner. It's going to be very, very soon. We will see that. So there's no surprise for the market. Dow Jones was lagging today, but based on the formation, I see that this bullish consolidation is forming here as well. So we may see Dow is going to following up. And if Dow take out this pivotal point, 42,700, we're going to see 43,000 and 44,000 down the road very, very soon. So Dow could be the last one hitting a two new all-time high. Nasdaq is going to be the first one. It's leading, and this is very, very good news for the market. Moving on to gold, which was let me to gold. Gold was kind of like interesting scenario. We got above this trend line here. We just triggered to the upside. This is exactly coming along with our analysis. So we were looking for that one. And I'm in that camp that gold is sooner or later we're going to see a new all-time high. And the target for this one is 3650 to 3700. So it's coming. So I got to put a box here. So this is the area that gold is tackling to this area. This is the target zone. We may see some kind of like up and down, but I would say this is going to be very, very feasible scenario for gold. Look at silver today. Amazing move for silver. As I said, silver is going to be boring, but when you want to get into long position, it's already late. So that's the nature for the silver. It's just a nice tackle to the upside, close above $34 per ounce, 34.76, 34.77 right now. Easily can recapture this top here as well. So we're gonna have a nice rally to mid 40s down the road. So it's going to be another potential, I would say, $10 per ounce. It's going to have a room to the upside. $44, that's my silver target for this year. So we'll see how it goes. So I mentioned this. Hey guys, silver is going to be one of the best, and it's going to leading the precious metals movement down the road, especially white metals, silver and platinum. So you see that silver just heading higher nicely. Actually, the other commodities did very well today. Here's the copper. Copper, we got 3% to the upside. This is a nice bullish consolidation in a weekly chart as well. So if we take out this 510, we're gonna just head out to 570 down the road. And also, if you look at the crude here, crude, just a nice surge to the upside, 3.78%. This bullish consolidation triggered to the upside. We close above SMA 50, and I believe that if we get establish itself above 67, 65, we're gonna tackle this 72 and even higher. So I would say the window for crude, higher prices coming down the road. So this is very, very bullish. I would say this setup is forming very nicely. Institution got back into copper, crude, and precious metals, gold and silver. So you see that the market is poised for another commodity run to the upside, and I believe that commodity is going to running the next half of this year. Moving on to individual names, so starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin just heading up and down today. It's just forming a small bear flag here. I would say next corrective move to 96, even 100. It could be a possible scenario for buy the dip scenario. Ethereum is the same. It's just forming a bear flag here. Still within this big bull flag here, but I would say even if it goes down to 2200, I'm not surprised actually. That's going to be a good buy the dip. Bond yield just getting back to the upside today. At the same time, Treasury goes down, gap down to $85. Still, Treasury is lagging. I would say it's broken this trend line, so we are kind of like a forming another ABC up. We need to get above first the 90, then 93, 94. Then we are gonna ease our way for 103, 105. So we will see. But that's going to be a recessionary situation. If bond yield is gonna just be going down crazy, then it's going to be Treasury upside. Moving on to VIX, VIX downtick today, so $18.36. However, it was positive early session, but seems like the pattern is forming for another deep dive to the downside to $12. Dixie crushed to the downside today, so 98.69 right now. That's why the pressure on precious metals commodity released, and Dixie is just heading down. I would say down, more downside for Dixie is coming down the road. So there is no upside, at least for this time being. Moving on to Apple, technology name just getting back to the upside, established itself above 200. I would say Apple 220, 230 is coming down the road. Amazon is the same, nicely getting back to the upside. Even after hours, it just tackled to 207. Meta, great search for Meta. Actually, it was booster for Nasdaq, along with semiconductors. We will get to those ones, but the Meta nicely getting back to this area. So we are not touching this at 600, 620, which I was waiting for. And Meta is just tackling to the upside nicely, can go to 718 and even 720 down the road. Microsoft nicely getting back to the upside, bullish consolidation here. We are pretty close to break this high, and it's going to be blue sky above the Microsoft new all-time high. Google just gap down, but getting back to the upside intraday session, so still holding up above 160. I would say if it goes above 170, 176, then 184 is coming down the road. Netflix, nicely new all-time high, 1218. There's nothing actually is in front of this name. Netflix is going higher and higher. Tesla just going down doji bar. I would say this is very, very typical setup for Tesla. It's just digesting its move. There's nothing wrong with it. Even if it goes to 325, 310, that would be good buying opportunity for 400 down the road. Semiconductor index, SMH going higher today, still within this big bull flag here. So let it consolidate because 260 to 270 is coming down the road. The same pattern here for stocks. You see that the consolidation is forming there, 208. Let it close above 220, then to 244, and 256 is coming down the road. NVIDIA nicely getting back up after Friday's session sell off, and NVIDIA just getting back to the upside. AMD just a surging 2 point, I would say pretty close to 3% to the upside. This is very, very great pattern here, to be honest. That's just consolidating below this trend line. If it gets above 116, 120 on a daily basis, 135 to 140 is coming down to Taiwan Semiconductor. Great move to the upside, 194. And forming consolidation. Texas Instrument is forming nice consolidation as well. Lam Research is the same. So all of them, I would say, semiconductors are running. And also one big techie, which is Meta running Nasdaq today. I would say as long as semi is doing well, you shouldn't hesitate the market. Market is doing well as well. Moving on to financials. They were kind of like a lagging today, doji bar, but if you just look at this nice bull flag here, so this tells me that any kind of like a dip could be bought by investors, traders, because we are forming a very nice consolidation prior to this resistance. This means more consolidation is more stronger price to tackle and break out above these levels and getting back to the highs. So 54, 57 is coming down the road, but it needs to have a more consolidation, potentially another 10%, which is going to be runner for Nasdaq, for Dow Jones as well. Large cap bank ETF, KBE. So this is kind of like a nice hammer flag here. KRE, the same pattern here as well. JP Morgan, nice bullish consolidation here, forming Goldman Sachs, going down just a dip and then getting back 598, still hanging around there. Not a bad pattern at all. Bank of America, this is a good bull flag here as well. You see that. So here's a nice pop, just a consolidating within this consolidation, bigger bull flag here. So everything that I see here is just positive. Wells Fargo, it's kind of like a forming head and shoulder, but I would say this is nice a bull flag rather than shoulder formation. So if the industry goes higher, there's no doubt about this if you're gonna bet on the long side as well. GDX, which is gold miner ETF, just is sparking higher today, pretty close to 57 for new all-time high. So we'll 67, sorry. So we need to see a kind of like a sharp move to the upside, which I believe that the move just the start at GDXJ, the same pattern here, $70 today. AEM going up, cannot still cannot get above this high, but I would say new all-time high is coming soon. Newmont just getting back to the upside as well. Pretty fantastic, actually, surge to the upside, like a 7% up. Moving on to the XLE, which is Energy Spider, just getting back to the upside as well, $82. And would say crude is forming very nicely. These names are going to just spike up and waking up as well. Look at the Exxon. Exxon still lagging, but a positive day. I know it's not that huge positive momentum. Chevron is the same. Oxy actually is performing better, 3% to the upside. And I believe that if crude is getting back above 65, 66, you see that these names are going to sharply waking up and going back to the upside. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel. Have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.